Hi guys, how are you doing? I wish you a beautiful good morning. In this video I want to show you the biggest game-changing factor of my life. When I was 13 years old, I got Ebby, and she brought my life a new direction, a better one. She improved every factor of my life. And in this video altogether, I want to show you that this transformation is real and because of a dog. You don't believe me? Just have a look. Enjoy that video. I grew up in Upper Austria. This is in the north of Austria. I lived in a family with a small installation company. I've always wanted a dog. When I got 9 years old, I couldn't stop talking about puppies anymore. Year for year, I was talking and praying for it, but it never worked. One day my father suddenly said, "Okay, let's get one." I couldn't believe it. At this time I was already 13 years old. This is why I already began to stop believing in my dreams. But soon we found GoldenRedriver Puppies. One Sunday morning he asked me to come with him to a farmer's place. I came, of course, but I thought it is just something for my father's business. When we arrived there, I couldn't believe my eyes. There were so many puppies, one cuter than the other. I was fascinated how they surrounded their mother for some milk. Then the farmer said, "I can choose one." I saw Ebby. She had a white nose and a white chest. She was different than the others, and this is why we chose her, because I liked it. I was unbelievable happy and excited at that moment. They told us that we can pick the puppy up in 2 weeks. So when we got home later, I was already working on a name for the puppy. I read serious numbers of blogs and write all the names I liked on a list. I asked lots of people what they thought and what was the best name. After 1 week of thinking and searching, we have decided to call our golden puppy Ebby. So there was me, this fat little child, who finally got a puppy. I didn't have any clue of puppies. Honestly, I almost knew nothing about dogs. When we finally picked her up, I was the happiest boy ever. I remember when we were driving home together, the first time in a car for Ebby. Lucky we were just driving for 15 minutes. Back at our house, we saw that Ebby wasn't shy. She wanted to explore everything. We soon became friends. I remember the first night when Ebby was sleeping at our home. I had invited 2 friends to share this experience with them. We slept all 3 on the couch next to Ebby. Ebby was sleeping on the floor on her own couch. It was about 2 to 3 a.m. when I woke up because of a disgusting smell. I said, there was something shitting. My friends were laughing, but I had of course to clean that mess up. This was the moment when I realized that it's not going to be so easy to handle the life with a dog. So I started educating myself about the knowledge of dogs. I was 13 years old, so this was all new to me. I started raising Ebby with Bray. I worked with her every day and soon I took responsibility for her. We taught her all basics. And after 4 months she was already 6 months old. And this is old enough to visit the dog school for the first time. What an exciting moment. All was new to us. We liked training together. This is why we decided to stay at the dog school and kept on learning. Soon I realized that Ebby had way too much energy. This is why we started running. This was the first time in my life I made sport regularly and intensive. And it worked. Ebby was able to sleep again at nights. So this was the reason why we started running. Ebby made me to a runner, and this was a big game changer in my life. Suddenly I made sports every day. We were running every day and twice a week we went to the dog school to improve our knowledge. We did that for 3 years. And after those 3 years I grew 10 centimeters and lost about 10 kilograms. So finally I looked athletic. People started recognizing it and they were quite proud of me. But for me, this was all Abby's fault. She motivated me to go outside every day, to run every day and to train every day. Abby taught me one of the most important things in life: discipline and determination. We were good at training together, so we decided to start our first national championship. And you know what? We succeeded with the 2nd place. And also I was the youngest starter at this year. Ebby made me from a douchebag to an achiever and athlete. We also became the chance to show people how to train their dogs. So I was teaching people how to train their dogs, and I had a own mentor and partner, and he showed me how to do that. So Ebby showed me the way to an athletic, self-confident guy. Always when I remember that, I need to hug Ebby, because I'm so damn grateful to her. In the year 2010 I had to leave, because I've decided to go to a technical college, which was a boarding school. So I left for 5 whole years. Ebby was 3 years old at that moment, and I knew that when I come back she'd already be 7 years old. The thought made me sad. I knew I had 3 days a week with her, but although it was hard to make that decision, I was afraid that Ebby might not accept me as a leader anymore. But I decided to leave for my education. So I just had 3 days a week now with Ebby. And always when I came home, we still had long walks together and we ran together. And Ebby got used to the circumstances pretty fast. So it was almost no problem to handle that issue of not being with her all the time. After those 5 years of boarding school, I came back home. Now we had every day again to do great stuff. So we started training again, and I started reading and educating myself with good books about dog psychology and dog nutrition. I want to be the best dog trainer alive, so I collected lots of knowledge. This brought me to Instagram. We soon started gaining a few followers. I wanted to share my knowledge with the world. Instead of running, we started hiking. Somehow we found our way to the mountain. On the mountain we spent incredible time the last years. We hiked different summits, starting at 1000 meters, then we went ahead with 2000 and finally 3000. Our goal are 4000 meters in the year of 2018. I hope I find a mountain which I can pass with Ebby. It's great to see Ebby hiking because she really seems to enjoy it. And this is something we can do together with friends. The most important thing for us is to have fun up there. I recognized that hiking is the best thing you can do if you have a dog. I think Ebby is with me if I say that. We learned that our nature is a fascinating, mind-blowing gift. We are still exploring the mountains together, and we still experience fascinating adventures. We also still train together. Ebby's brain is still young and fast for a 9-year-old dog. So we have progress almost every day. I don't want you to just look at that video. For me it is important to learn from it. You can start to take responsibility now. I had Ebby. She showed me the way to a better life with a healthy athletic shape. I know some of you might not have a dog, but you have a choice. You can decide what you're doing every day to make yourself grow. I will end this video now. Here's one more question. What can you do today to improve your life for the next years? Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.